Hey everybody, Mike here, Animation Tutorials, and welcome back to a new video. All right. Well, again, a subscriber request. Today's request is show you guys how to model a park bench. Okay. So let's get to it. We're going to go to our panel view. I'm going to go to my front view and click on View, Image Plane, Import Image. And on my desktop, I have a, let's see, where'd he go? Bench, right here. Okay. That's a rough sketch. I'm just going to hit R to scale it up. And I'm actually going to hit E to rotate it and hold J to snap it into steps of 15 degrees. So I can work on it from this angle. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with a Polygon Cube. So make sure you're in your modeling menu, take a Polygon Cube, going to hit W, move it a bit forward. And then we're going to switch to this view right here. And I'm just going to move it up somewhere around there. Okay. Hit F to zoom in. And what we'll do is we'll kind of bring that in a bit. And hit R and scale that up. And we're going to tweak that in a bit, so no worries. I'm going to right click, go to vertex, drag select that, hit W and move that over. And I'll click on this little guy here to turn on our X-ray so we can see the layout here. And we'll just, for now, kind of set this like that. And that's about right, I think. Okay. We're going to move into this view. We're going to right click, go to face, take that top face and go to Edit Mesh Extrude. Hit W and pull that up. So we can kind of position this here. Right click vertex, drag select. All right. So we got a basis to work on. All right. We're going to go to the bottom part here, right click face, Edit Mesh Extrude, hit W again, and kind of pull that down. And we're just going to bring that in here, and we're going to focus on the left side for now, and we'll tweak the rest later. Okay. Hit G to repeat, W to pull down, and try to keep spacing roughly the same. G to repeat, W to pull down, GW. Okay. GW, and from this point we're going to start to focus on the line at the right side here. GW, GW, and we're just going to repeat those steps, and GW. Okay, now let's tweak a few of these vertices here. So I'm going to right click on the vertex, drag select, bring that in, and make sure you drag select and not click on it, because we want to have the vertices from both ends. We'll just kind of angle that a little bit. Same here. We'll bring that out. And then from this point, we're going to move one over here. Let's move that in there. Maybe just move this guy down a bit. All right, cool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move in, right click face, and we'll do it from this view so we can kind of see which ones we got. We're going to start with this guy up here, right click face, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And I think, no, not that one. We're good. We're going to go to Edit Mesh and Extrude once again. Hit W to pull that out. We're going to go back to this view here. Right click vertex, drag select, kind of bring that in here and bring that in there. And we'll actually level these a little bit just by pulling them in. We're gonna hit G, oops. We're not gonna hit G to repeat. We're gonna right click at a face, edit mesh, extrude once again, W to pull out to, let's say, about there. And once again, right click vertex, take the top one, push that in, the bottom one right there. Looks all right. Right click face, edit mesh and extrude again. W to pull out. And we'll just focus on the top for now. G to repeat, W to pull out, GW, and GW until we're about here. Okay. And then we're going to take these top three here. So we're going to deselect that, edit mesh extrude, hit W to pull that out. And let's kind of focus on the top there. And what we'll do is we'll right click at our vertex, pull that one up there, take that one and pull that up there, like so. And then we're going to go down here. Sorry. And let's see, right click face. I think we need these three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, one more. Edit mesh extrude. Hit W, pull down. There we go. And again, we're going to focus on the left side here. G to repeat, W to pull down. GW and GW to about there. And then we're going to right click, go to vertex. And we're going to start to move these into place. And we'll clean this up as we move on. Looks a bit sloppy now, but we'll be okay. Okay, let's clean that up a bit. Oops. Okay, make sure they're level at the bottom here, or very close to anyway. Okay, so that's the rough model there. Right click at object mode, we're going to hit R, we're going to push it in just a bit until it looks like the right thickness. Then we're going to hit 3 to preview smooth. And as you can see, it's a bit too rounded, but all in all, shape doesn't look bad. So we're going to select it, we're going to hit 1 to go back. We're going to go into Mesh Tools, insert Edge Loop Tool option box, multiple, and let's do 2 edge loops. We'll put them in right there. And we're going to hit R to extrude them out, or pull them out, sorry, close to the edges. So now with that done, we're going to add some at the bottom here. So we'll insert Edge Loop again, hit R. Let's see, no, I'm not going to do that. Hit Control Z to go back. What we'll do there is we'll open our modeling toolkit. So close this out, open this guy, scroll down to multi-cut. And we're just gonna do one here and one here. And we'll do one, oops, hit enter and do one here and here and hit enter. And then from this view, we're going to hit 4. We can't approach it from that side, so we're going to have to do it here. Hit Q on our keyboard, select that edge and hit W to move, and move that close to the end there. And same for this guy. So now when we preview smooth, this should be okay. Right click object mode, hit 3, much better. Okay, not quite so much here. So another little trick we can do is right click at a face, select that face, edit mesh and extrude. We're going to tweak the offset just a little bit. We'll do 0.01, okay, which creates an additional face on that surface, which will make it look better. So right click object mode, 3 to hit that again. Still not there yet. So let's see, we've got edges there. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to insert Edgeloop tool, single. Let's add one right there. Okay. Q on our keyboard, right click object mode, and hit 3 to smooth out. Much better. All right, cool. So we got that guy. What we're going to do is we're going to look at our boards, and obviously we're going to duplicate this guy in a bit. So for that, we're going to take a Polygon Cube, hit W, pull that out, switch to this view here. We're going to hit R, we're going to push it in a bit. Too bad there. Hit R, scale it out, and push it in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control D to duplicate, W to move that over roughly, Control D once again, because we're working off a sketch, and obviously you can see in the sketch that, you know, they're not the same size and it doesn't look good and so forth, okay? So we're going to hit Control D, we're going to move a few up here, hit E to rotate, and once we have things roughly in place, we can decide on how to place them permanently. Okay, Control D again, we'll do one there, and Control D once again, and we'll do one up there. Okay, so by now we can pretty much get rid of our reference image. So I'm going to select that, hit delete, and we're going to take all of these sections, and we're going to hit R to scale them out. And W to move that to about there. And now we can start to get them in position. All right. So we're going to close that out. We're going to take the top one here. Let's hit E and rotate that. And W to move it in. Then we're going to take this guy. Just about there. And this guy, we'll bring that in a bit. Let's see, spacing wise, we want them to have the same distance. So these look okay. Then we're going to start with this guy. We're going to hit E and we're going to rotate it. Hit W and kind of raise it up a little. We'll take that one, hit E as well. And again, hit W, take that one, and bring that down. And this one, okay, as you can see, we need to reposition this a little bit. Like I said, our reference image isn't spot on. It's just a sketch. So we're just going to tilt it a little bit. Let's move this in. Hit E, rotate a little. W to bring down. Spacing wise, that looks better. All right. I guess that's good. Okay. So we got all that. Lengthwise looks okay, I think. We're going to take that. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate. Let's move that over. And from our top view, we can kind of eyeball the spacing to make sure that both ends are okay. Looks a little bit long, I think. Let's have a look. Actually, not so much. Looks good. We might want to bring it in just a little, so the boards are sticking out just a bit more. Okay. Let's have a look from this view. Okay, not bad. All right, so we got that. Now we want these boards to be bolted on, if you will. So for that, we'll take a polygon sphere and we'll increase subdivision. So we'll hit Control A for our attribute editor. Go to our polysphere 1 and let's do 30 subdivisions. Okay. We're going to select it. We're going to hit F to zoom in, R to scale down, and W to pull up again, just until we have the appropriate size. So let's do that, and we're going to bring it in halfway. And let's just have a look and see what that looks like. Size-wise, I think that looks okay. It has to be centered with the resting bit there. So let's have a look. So we'll bring that in a little bit. So that's good. And then we're going to hit Control D to duplicate. And roughly position that. Control D again. And then we're going to switch to this view again. We want this one to be same height, obviously. Same here. And kind of consider bolts going through here. And we'll take that. Control D to duplicate to, let's say, right there. Okay. Then Control D to duplicate again. And bring that up and bring that in. Have to zoom in. Let's do that right there. Control D to duplicate again. And we don't really need our X-ray anymore. Like that. And finally, Control D once again. And let's move that one there. Okay. So let's see what we got. Okay, we're going to select, oh, I'm sorry. We're going to select the bolts. All right. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate. Hit W to move that over. And then from our top view, again, we want to make sure that these guys are in the middle. All right. So there we go. That's our bench so far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put some texture on it. We're not going to be very fancy about it, but we'll take this guy and we are, let's see, are we going to do that? Yeah. We're going to right click, assign new material. Let's go with the Lambert. And I'm going to hit the checkered box here in the attribute editor. Did I hit it or not? Thought I did. There we go. And let's do file. I'm going to hit the folder, go to my desktop, and I believe there it is. There's my concrete texture. I'm going to select the sphere here to get a sense of what it looks like. And this needs some texturing or some UVing, as you can see. All right. So first of all, let's hit 1 to unsmooth. It'll do the same here. I'm going to go to UV automatic mapping, UV editor, and let's see. Now we got a lot going on here. My main concern is these two guys. This one right here, right-click shell, that one, and that one. Okay, this is the one we're dealing with right now. So I'm going to hit R and scale that up. Hit W, bring that in. And what I'm going to do here, actually hit Control Z and Control Z. What we're going to do is we're going to stitch these guys together first. So I'm going to rotate, rotate, rotate until these guys are roughly back to back. And then we're going to stitch this stuff up. Right-click shell. Let's see what we got. All right, so that's the front part there. I'm going to right-click, go to edge, take that, move and so, hit G to repeat, G to repeat, G to repeat, and let's see, we're getting pretty close. Right-click shell, right-click edge, move and so, G to repeat, G to repeat, and G to repeat. So we got all of that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to right-click at a shell. I'm going to hit R, scale that down quite a bit. Hit W and move that in here. R to scale it up a bit. Okay. And then we're going to take these guys. Let's scale them up a little. Take this one, hit W, move that over here so it kind of fits. And then take this one and rotate. Let's see. Let's scale it down a little bit. We can afford to do that. And I'll put one up here and one down there. Let's have a look. Okay, it's not bad. All right, now instead of UVing this guy all over, I'm going to right-click on Object Mode, delete it, take this guy, Control D to duplicate, and move that over. Until the bolts are in the middle. It looks all right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our boards, and I'll take one of them. Actually, what we'll do is I'll combine the mesh. So I got all my boards here. Mesh combine, edit, delete by type, history. There we go. Right-click, assign new material. Again, a Lambert. Checkered box, file, and folder. And I have a wood texture right there. Okay. Now you see that repetitive pattern. Now that's something you want to avoid. So we're going to select this. We're going to go to UV and automatic, and then UV and UV editor. And we kind of want the whole thing to be rotated because the grain of the wood is going in this direction. We don't want that. So we're going to right-click at a shell, drag-click all of it, rotate, rotate. And then we're going to hit W and kind of bring that up. And looks like everything is fitting here. And there's not too much that I need to do. Now, I'm not going to bake this or anything, so I'm okay with this. I'm going to take these guys, right-click Object Mode, my bolts here. Let's try to get them. All right. Sorry about that. All right. And I'm going to hit Control G to group it, and I'll call this bolts. And let's just go to Windows, Outliner, select my group here, and then right-click Assign New Material. Let's do a Lambert, and let's make that black. I'm just thinking whether we need to do some reflection or not. So what I can do is select my Lambert here, switch it to a blend, and then I'm going to go to reflectivity to 0.05, just so we have some reflection. Okay. Now, last thing I want to do is actually let's select this whole thing. Control G to group. I'll call it bench. I want to add a bump map to the wood and the concrete. So what I'll do is I'll quickly jump to Photoshop. Give me a sec. All right, there we are. So I got my wood and my concrete. I'm going to take the wood file. I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, and I'm going to turn that to black and white. Hit OK. And then I'm going to go to Image Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast, and I'm going to increase the contrast quite a bit. Let's see, brightness, bring that down just slightly. Hit OK on that. File, save as, and I'll call that wood bump. Save it as JPEG, and OK. And my concrete, that's already black and gray. However, I'm going to go to Adjustments, Contrast, kind of increase that contrast a bit. Hit OK. File, save as, and we'll call that concrete bump, and save, and OK. Back to Maya. Okay, now we grouped our wood, so we can simply select that. We're going to look up our Lambert, which is our wood here. We're going to scroll down to bump mapping, select the checkered box there, select File. Before I select my file, I'm going to set the bump depth to about 0.25. And then I'm going to go into my File tab, Folder, and let's do, where do you go? Let me see, wood bump. All right. It's a bit rough, so I'm going to go back and let's bring that down a bit. It's a bit too much. So 0.02, let's see. 0.01. Yeah, I guess that's a bit better. Okay. So we got that. We still got these guys that we need to smooth. So we're going to select them and go to Mesh and Smooth instead of Preview Smooth. All right. And we're going to take these two, go to Mesh and Combine. We're going to look up the material that we used, which is Lambert 2, and I'll call that concrete. In bump mapping, we're going to, again, select File, minimize that. Okay, we're just going to ignore that, it's fine. Image name, concrete bump. Okay. And I guess that looks okay. Not too much detail, which is fine. And then we're going to take our bench, Windows Outliner, we're going to select our group. We're going to move that up until it's sitting on top of our grid. Hit W to move that up. Right there. We're going to create a plane as a ground. Hit R to scale that up. And just scale the heck out of that. And then we're going to go into our render settings. Just close that out. Render settings. We're going to use Mental Ray. In my Common tab, I'm going to set it to HD 1080. Quality tab, about 1.5. Lighting's okay. Legacy options, let's see, any stuff we need to do there? Yep, we're going to use global illumination. And in scene, I'm going to use physical sun and sky. Okay, I'm going to minimize that. This is my light symbol. I'm just going to hit R to scale it up so we can see where the light's coming from. I'm going to hit E to rotate that, so it's kind of coming from the front there. Hit W, pull that up. Hit 7 on my keyboard. All right. Now that might be a bit dark from one angle, but we'll see. So that's that. I'm going to bookmark this, view bookmark and edit bookmark, and I'll just call this new. Apply and close. And what I'll just do here is I'll go to create lights and area light. Hit W, pull it this way. Hit T on my keyboard. So I have my aim control here. And I'm just going to bring that back and up. And that up as a wall. We'll hit R, scale it up a bit. And in our area light shape, we'll set the intensity to 0.35. And what we'll do is we'll turn off shadows. We want to simulate an outdoor scene. We don't want light coming from two sides because we only have one sun, as far as I know. Okay. So we're going to go and make sure that depth map shadows is turned off, but also ray trace shadows. All right. We're going to go to our bookmark and new. And let's see, this angle is okay, I think. I'm going to pause the video, hit render, and I'll see you guys in a sec. All right, well, there you go. There's our final render for our prog bench. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, you can try to make it your own by using different materials and so forth. But in essence, this is the method. And that said, thank you guys for watching. For those of you who are patrons to my site, you will find all the files necessary for this tutorial in the shared drive. And okay, love to see you guys again. Thanks. Bye.